An 18th century Korean moon jar from the Joseon dynasty has sold at auction for $2.8 million at Christie's, New York, surpassing its pre-auction estimate.
18세기 조선시대 백자 달 항아리가 미국 크리스티즈 경매에서 당초 추정가를 웃도는 280만 달러, 우리 돈으로 약 41억 원에 낙찰됐습니다. So it fetched quite a bit of money.
Yeah, it did. So the pre-auction estimate was about $1.8 to $2.5 million. So it definitely surpassed that, selling at $2.83 million. So it's a white porcelain jar. And these moon jars, they're famous for their seamless round form and luminous glaze. And it's considered a hallmark of Korean ceramic artistry. And according to Christie's head of Japanese and Korean art, they say that it's unlike other Korean ceramics influenced by China. The moon jar is uniquely Korean. That's what makes it special.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. If you just look at it, it's like, it's so pure and it's very simple, but there's this beauty about it. And with only about 20 known surviving examples, moon jars are highly prized for their rarity and craftsmanship. And this jar's particularly wide shape was hailed as a significant technical achievement given the difficulty of firing these large vessels. So the sale follows a record-breaking $4.56 million auction of another moon jar back in 2023. Further cementing their status as cultural treasures.
네. 자, 이 문장을 좀 보게 되면은 This moon jar sold at auction이라고 했습니다.
Yeah.
자칫 잘못 보면은 문자가 주어가 돼가지고 무언가를 팔았나? 이렇게 보일 수 있는데 그게 아니죠.
Yeah,
What does
yeah.
it mean here?
It means that it was up for auction, basically. So when something is sold at auction, it means to sell goods or property through a public sale. That's the auction, where potential buyers have to compete by making increasingly higher bids until one person offers the highest price, at which point the item is sold to that person that made the highest bid.
Yeah, so we have these expressions for auctions specifically.
Yeah.
이렇게 경매와 관련된 표현들이 따로 있는데 경매에 얼마에 낙찰되다, 뭐 경매에 얼마에 팔리다라고 할 때 그 팔린 물건을 주어로 해서 The moon jar sold for 얼마.
Yeah.
Sold at auction for 얼마. 이렇게 표현할 수 있고요. 또 fetch도 많이 씁니다.
Yeah.
The moon jar fetched
So
what was
and
it?
so amount.
$2.8 million 이런 식으로 표현할 수도 있어요.
There's also another expression that we use a lot, go under the hammer.
Yeah, that's right. 그래요. 이렇게 what's the hammer called? There's another name for it, but you know what we're talking about. It's like 땅땅
Yeah, it's
해가지고
that sound. When we say sold,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
pound the hammer. Yeah.
그렇습니다. 자, 그래서 이렇게 좀 다양한 표현이 경매에서 쓰이고 경매에서는 영어로 at auction이라고 해서 something sold at auction. 경매로 얼마에 팔렸다. 그래서 뒤에 for가 붙어요. 그 가격 앞에는.
Yep.
자, 그다음에 pre-auction estimate라는 표현도 볼게요.
So pre-auction estimate. So this particular moon jar, its pre-auction estimate was about 1.8 to 2.5 million. They really don't know how much it's going to sell for because it's up to the bidders. It's up to the buyers to kind of finalize the price. It's up to how much they're willing to pay for something, right?
Exactly.
So that's why they always have this sort of pre-auction estimate. It's also known as a pre-sale estimate. And it's the estimated price range in which an item is expected to sell at an auction.
Exactly. pre 그러면은 뭐뭐 이전, auction, pre-auction이니까 경매가 실제로 이루어지기 전에 사람들이 추정을 했습니다. 얼마에 낙찰이 되겠다. estimate가 바로 그런 추정가인데요. 그것을 훨씬 웃도는 가격에 낙찰이 됐습니다. 자, 그리고 그 망치 이름은 gavel이네요.
Yes,
G-A-V-E-L.
Right.
네, 그래서 이게 작은 나무로 된 망치가 아닌데 영어로는 망치는
We
아니지만
still call it a hammer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
묘사할 때는 이제 gavel을 hammer라고 뭐 묘사할 수도 있어요. 모양이 그렇다 보니까 네. 그래서 이제 그런 표현도 같이 알아두면 좋겠죠. 경매와 관련된 여러 가지 표현들 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. An 18th century Korean moon jar from the Joseon dynasty has sold at auction for $2.8 million at Christie's, New York, surpassing its pre-auction estimate. Let's move on to the next headline.
The UN has warned that retreating glaciers could disrupt food and water supplies for billions as rapid ice loss reshapes ecosystems and agriculture across mountain regions worldwide.
자, 유엔은 빠르게 녹아내리는 빙하로 인해 세계 곳곳의 생태계와 산악지대의 농업이 타격을 입으면서 전 세계 수십억 명이 식량 그리고 물 부족 사태를 겪게 될 수 있다고 경고했습니다. Tell us more.
Right. So, we talked about how helpless we are in the face of nature. And this is another example of just that. So the UN has warned that rapid glacier loss is jeopardizing water and food supplies for 2 billion people. So this is according to a UNESCO report highlighting the risk to global agriculture with 2/3 of irrigated farms relying on shrinking mountain water sources. So the World Meteorological Organization has reported record glacier loss over the past 3 years, hitting Norway, Sweden, the Andes, and East Africa the hardest. And they say that developing nations are especially vulnerable, with up to half of mountain populations already facing food insecurity. Melting ice fuels droughts, avalanches, and sudden floods, while releasing methane from thawing permafrost as well. So experts say that half of all glacier mass could vanish by the year 2100 without urgent climate action.
자, 여기서 그 retreating이라는 단어가 나옵니다. Retreating glaciers.
Yeah.
You might hear the word reclining glaciers or melting glaciers. What does retreating mean?
Well, retreating basically means to go back, but retreating in this case means that the glacier is becoming smaller and smaller.
자, 그러니까 후퇴하다라는 의미가 원래는 있는데요. 눈이 녹는다라는 의미로 여기서는 쓰였습니다. 그래서 점점 뭔가가 뒤로 물러가는 것 같은 느낌이고. And to reshape?
To reshape something means to shape or form something differently or again.
모양을 변경하는 거죠. reshaping이라는 것이.
Yep.
그래서 여기서는 reshaping the ecosystem이라고 했습니다. 생태계가 거의 재편이 되는 것 같은 그런 느낌이라고 볼 수 있을 것 같네요. 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. The UN has warned that retreating glaciers could disrupt food and water supplies for billions as rapid ice loss reshapes ecosystems and agriculture across mountain regions worldwide. Now let's move on to the final headline.
A jetliner en route from Los Angeles to Shanghai was forced to turn around after it was discovered that one of the pilots had taken off without a passport.
미국 로스앤젤레스에서 중국 상하이로 향하던 여객기에서 조종사 중 한 명이 여권 없이 탑승한 사실이 알려지면서 비행기가 긴급 회항하는 일이 발생했습니다. So I understand this was about 2 hours after the plane had actually taken off. So tell us more.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, but it happens, but it will be frustrating. So what happened was a United Airline Boeing 787 flight from Los Angeles to Shanghai. It had to go back before or after a pilot realized that, oops, I forgot my passport. So this was flight UA198. It was carrying about 250 passengers and 13 crew members, and it had to fly back to where it started, or it returned to San Francisco 2 hours into its journey. A new crew took over, and the flight reached Shanghai 6 hours late. So passengers, of course, frustrated. They were very frustrated, and a lot of people called the mistake unacceptable. And aviation expert Shakur Yusuf criticized United Airlines for a lack of discipline, adding that the blunder cost the airline in fuel and compensation, which is true. I mean, if you make a really big mistake, it is going to have, you're going to have to be responsible for that. And it's going to cost you.
I feel like if I were a passenger on this flight, I would have been a little dumbfounded. And I would have gone, what?
Yeah.
We're
You
going
forgot
back
your
because
passport?
of what? Exactly.
But I mean, if you think about it, I'm sure there are a lot of people who made it to the airport because they had to catch a flight, but realized that they left their passport at home. And it can happen. It can happen.
It can happen, yeah. I mean,
but probably not so much to pilots.
자, 그래서 LA를 떠난 지 2시간 만에 기내 방송이 나왔대요. 그러면서 이만저만해서 파일럿가 여권을 두고 왔기 때문에 다시 LA로 돌아가야 된다. 그래서 이륙한 지 3시간 만에 다시 LA 공항에 도착을 했고 그래서 이제 결과적으로는 원래 샹하이에 도착하려고 했던 시간보다 6시간이나 지연이 돼서 착륙을 했다라고 합니다. 뭐 상당히 많은 그 손실금도 나왔다고
Yeah.
하고 무엇보다 이제 승객들이 많이 피해를 입었겠죠. 시간적으로.
I'm surprised that they actually let the passengers know that it was because the pilot left his passport at home because there are so many flights that are delayed and even postponed to the next day without the passengers really knowing why.
But they were honest, I guess.
Yeah.
If you look at the silver lining there. 네, 뭐 숨기지 않고 솔직하게 기내 방송에서 얘기를 했답니다.
Yeah, because last summer my sister was she came to Korea from the States for a visit. Both of her flights coming to Korea and going back to the States were delayed by like her flight going back to the States was delayed to the next day, and she found out like almost the day of. Yeah.
그렇군요. 그래서 이제 항공사 측에서는 승객들에게 뭐 작은아마 좀 보상을 하기 위해서 식사 쿠폰을 제공했다고 해요.
Oh, that's not gonna cut it.
그러니까 $30, 그러니까 우리 돈으로 한 4만 원 좀 넘는 정도 금액인데 이제 식사 쿠폰은 다 지급했다고 합니다.
Yeah.
네, 또 일정 변경이 필요한 승객에게는 또 그렇게 안내를 해줬다고 하고요. 자, 표현 한번 보겠습니다. En route.
En route. En route means during the course of a journey or on the way.
그러니까 on the way to Shanghai 이런 뜻인데 en route to Shanghai 이렇게 표현을 했어요. How do you spell en route?
En route. The spelling's a little tricky, so it's E-N space R-O-U-T-E.
Yeah, I
En
think it
route.
comes from French.
Yes.
자, and what about taking off?
Take off. So take off, we're talking about aircrafts or it could be birds as well. So it means to become airborne, to, go into flight.
Yep, take off and landing. 이륙, 착륙. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. A jetliner en route from Los Angeles to Shanghai was forced to turn around after it was discovered that one of the pilots had taken off without a passport. Well, that's it for the 5 headlines with Karen.